Greetings everybody, this is Red on VFR and we are continuing working on this pretty filthy Magna V42. First thing first, let's change oil. It doesn't look too bad, but I had to change it anyway because I didn't know the condition of it. Supposedly this part of the restoration process should have been a nightmare, yet I didn't feel like it, is removing the carbs. It wasn't complicated at all you need is 50 minutes. I happened to time it and it was 50 minutes for me, but I'm not a professional trained motorcycle mechanic, so it should take even less. Even though the tolerances were very tight, this job is well doable in your garage. I did decide to change one of the membranes because one of them was actually cracked, a little bit damaged. I managed to source one of those. I bought it on Amazon and that was the last one. All you have to do just to rip off the old one. Unfortunately that lip is single piece, but this collar, I should say retainer, whatever you want to call it, made of plastic. And when the new one arrives you will have to spread those lips on both sides and jam that new diaphragm very carefully not to damage it. I managed to put it nice and tight all around, and I'll be ready to install it in the carb and put the car back and start the bike. We'll see how that goes. What's really cool about Magna is that you can attach all the cables with the carb partially out. So I haven't installed that yet, but I have to just slide it in, put the boots on, and put the filter back, and that will be it. Because with other bikes that I worked on, all those cables should be attached only with the carb inside the frame, with very little to no room to work. Whereas with the Magna, as I said, everything is so workable so far. So far so good, I like that Magna, but people have complained about that. I can't, I really can't. This Honda was primarily the restoration project. I wanted to put together the carbs so that they work and don't leak fuel. I also wanted to do the oil change everywhere in the engine, the hypoid oil in the differential, and the brake fluid. I cleaned the fuel plug so that no contaminants get into the cavity. Get yourself a 17mm ratchet socket or the wrench. I checked the condition of the fill plug for any large metal shavings. The condition was fine, even though no one changed the hypoid oil in years on this bike. Then you will need to undo the drain plug, which is, if I'm not mistaken, is a 6mm. It's the biggest Allen key I have in my set. Make sure you don't lose that washer. Ideally, you would let it drip out for at least 20 minutes. You can actually tilt the bike to the left so that most of the hypoid oil comes out. If not, you can just let it sit until all the oil is out. Make sure you're doing it on the center stand. I decided to drain as much oil as possible by not screwing in the drain plug and minimize the new oil mix with the used lubricant. As you can see, the oil coming out is more clear than it was. It means that the new hypoid oil is flushing the old oil, and it's a good time to reinstall the drain plug and fill the differential fully. And you guessed it correctly, this is the washer I was talking about. The differential is considered to be full when it starts to drip from the fill plug. I'm changing the coolant because it was leaking from the hose by the radiator and it's green, which means the coolant is incorrect. I used the blue Honda coolant. Don't forget about the overflow tank, it needs to be full too. Just had a little package arrive. That will be the second cover, which would be the fuse cover on the right side, for the V42 Magna. Thank you, Michael from Ohio, sending me this. Obviously I bought it from eBay. That was the last one. I couldn't find any other ones, and it is in a decent shape, better than mine, so that will be installed. There it is. The fuse cover is in, and obviously there is a little bit of a sticker ripped off. As you can tell, it's not cracked, it's just the paint on it is kind of spider webbed, cracked. But it is complete, sturdy, and it does what it needs to do, cover the fuse. Out of all maintenance jobs, I love changing brake and clutch fluid. I can't believe how much the shop charges for this job. When I brought my VFR for this service, the shop charged me for over $100 US. Now I do it myself confidently and in about 20 minutes. As you can see, this Magna requires more than just a clutch fluid flush. It needed a complete master cylinder for both clutch and the brake. Both master cylinders on the brake and on the clutch were damaged, and the see-through windows were no more see-through. And yes, this is what you don't want to see in your brake or clutch master cylinders. It is the sign that the brake fluid absorbed a lot of water over the years. I needed to pump out all the brake fluid first. And now it's a good time to get rid of clutch master cylinder and throw it in the bin. I installed the clutch master cylinder that came in a set with brake master cylinder. There are dozens to choose from. I bought mine from Amazon. Now don't forget to fill it up with your favorite brake fluid, pump it, and close it, just like I showed in previous videos. Usually most of the wiring harness is hidden in the headlight. Because the headlight of Magna is rectangular and small, the wiring and fuse box were hidden under the pillion seat. What a mess! Someone was definitely here. But fear not, Red on VFR is here. I also wanted to know if the registration of this bike was consistent by separating the road tax stickers.